have officially started my journey of earning money through side hustles with my first ever delivery app, Amazon Flex. Hey, what is up you guys? So today's video is basically going to be a story time slash what I learned video, because I realized I didn't have the proper equipment to record the videos that I wanted to record through my first ever time, but I officially ordered the equipment. So for those of you who want to stick by me and see more delivery service apps, hit that subscribe button because we're officially going to be doing ride-alongs. So with my first experience ever with Amazon Flex, I'm going to tell you guys how it went, the hiccups I ran into. So before we get into it, I just want to say I deliver in Arizona. So I don't know if that means anything to you guys, but there you go. So let's get into it. So the thing that you guys want to hear, the juicy, what block did I do? How much money did I get paid? How long did it take? For my first ever block, I wanted to do something simple, so I did 3 hours. That was a total of 10 packages. And for that 3-hour block, I actually earned $57. Basically, I finished early as well. I finished at 2 o'clock rather than 2:45, so a whole 45 minutes early. So now let's get into the first problem that I ran into. The first problem I ran into was actually at the DSP. So the app didn't actually let me start my delivery. It was taking a second to start, like it wouldn't let me go. So a kind lady who does the app, you know, regularly actually helped me and showed me what to do. So shout out to that lady. So after that little hiccup, I was able to get to work. So I actually arrived at the DSP at 11:30, but I didn't leave till 12 because obviously when I'm new, I'm trying to learn everything. So after I was able to get started, guys, I saw where my route was taking me, and it took me all the way to Scottsdale. And guys, Scottsdale is far for me. All right, it is. No buts about it, it's far. So I'm all the way here at the bottom of the map, and I need to go to the top of the map. So yeah, it took about 30 miles to get there, which yeah, it's not too much. So the next thing I'm gonna be saying is to track your miles so you can write them off at the end of the year for your taxes. Because that was my first problem. I didn't actually start an app that I could track my miles with, so I kind of missed out there. So I actually downloaded Stride, and then I was watching some more YouTube videos and they recommended Gridwise. I recently downloaded it. If you guys want to know more about these apps, we can do a separate video on that. Now, the first hiccup that I ran into while driving. Let's get into the driving aspect. So my first package that I had to deliver was to an apartment complex. Now, I was dreading apartment complexes, but the first hiccup that I actually ran into was not being able to get into the gate. It was my first package, so I didn't really know how to not cancel the order, but I didn't know how to say could not deliver. So basically what had happened was there was a car in front of me who couldn't get into the gate. So then he let me go, I couldn't get into the gate. Then there was a car behind me, they couldn't get into the gate. And then eventually it was about 5 cars, and one of the cars finally let us into the gate. This probably took around 5-10 minutes or so, not super long. It was just kind of wild that nobody could get into this gate. And with Amazon, you actually have like a clicker, like a garage door opener for these gates, and mine wasn't working. I couldn't figure out how to get it to work. However, looking back on it, I think you need to be directly in front of the gate in order for it to open after watching some more YouTube videos. So that's where my mistake was. I was back at the keypad when I needed to be up closer to the gate. Next, something that I actually liked about the Amazon Flex app was it basically took me to the apartment building. And the other hiccup within this one, so a thing that was good about me is I randomly parked in front of the customer's door, like just randomly. But Amazon had this hiccup where, say the customer was in building 5 and it was pulling building 7, and you kind of have to be in this general area for the package to get delivered. So when I was at the customer's actual door trying to like say, hey, I'm delivering the package, it was not allowing me because I was out of this range. So I actually just had to walk a little bit. The customer was on the first floor, by the way, so bless up. But yeah, so I actually had to walk a little bit to this area, like just a little bit to the street, right? And then walk back and do everything. So it wasn't too big of a deal, but it is something to look out for if you are out driving your first time and wondering why you can't deliver. So the next hiccup that I ran into was actually having no service. I had to basically drive around, so you know, wasting more gas in order to like collect service. I didn't go super far from the house, but it was just like far enough. So that was one thing that I ran into, was having no service. So once I was able to like collect the service, get some bars, and go back to the house, the service stayed long enough for me to get the picture and go. This happened with 3 packages. So now another thing with Scottsdale is everything is a gated community. But the thing that I liked about it was it had guest entrances that you could say. So you would talk to a security guard, you would tell them why you are there. So that's also a plus. Some of them will have to take a picture of your ID and your Amazon Flex like profile ID and your license plate. So just be aware of that if you come into that hiccup as well. So overall, what would I rate Amazon Flex driving? So for 3 hours, earning $57, that's like $19 an hour. That's more than my current job. So for my first delivery, even with those hiccups, I'm gonna give it a solid 8 out of 10 score. And once I start doing it a little bit more and tracking my miles and things like that, I will update the score as I go through. But for my first ever drive, 8 out of 10. Now, for those of you who want to get into Amazon Flex but don't know how, honestly, I've been signed up for the app since like October, November, because around the holiday season is probably your best bet to get in because everyone's obviously ordering things. There's Prime Day and all that. So if you want to get into Amazon Flex and it's not being offered to you currently, if you can wait till around the holidays, that's when I would say hop in, or even their Prime Day. But yes guys, that was my first ever time delivering through an app, and I am gonna be doing it again. All my equipment is coming in, like I said at the beginning of the video, so if you guys wanna follow along with me through more side hustles, hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. And if you have any recommended apps that I should try using, leave it down in the comments below. I recently signed up for some more, so let's see how that goes. This has been Breezy, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out, everybody.